Hey there, you're listening to the Girls Talking Life podcast, and I'm your host, Johanna. If you're like me, you love time with friends. I always leave feeling encouraged, inspired to try something different, or I've learned something new. So why not continue to grow even when we can't be with our girlfriends? We're not made to do life on our own. So in each episode of this show, I'll bring you a girl and her story to give you refreshing ideas to stir your soul. Let's walk this road together. Are you ready to talk life? Welcome to another Girls Talking Life Extra. It's not a full show, just a short chat with a past guest to let you know what she's up to now. I am talking with Hollie Daniels. Hollie joined me all the way back on episode 19 and shared her story of radical transformation. She was using drugs by age 11 and involved in prostitution by 15. After 17 years of living that lifestyle, Hollie was able to completely turn it all around after encountering God in prison. Today she is sober, she's earned her associate's degree, and is helping other human trafficking victims through her organization and outreach. I encourage you to listen in to episode 19 to hear all of Hollie's story. It is one of the most downloaded episodes of this entire show. It will also help you fully appreciate her update today. During my talk with Hollie, you will hear her mention her organization, the Shining Stars. If you feel led to donate in any of the ways she talks about, you can find the link to do so in the show notes. Hey, Hollie, welcome back to the show.
Well, thanks for having me back.
You and I talked in 2019, which before we started recording here, I just said, feels like a lifetime ago. So much has happened.
So much.
And when we talked in 2019, you were actually episode 19 for me on Girls Talking Life. And I'm about ready to record episode 100. So lots has happened. Thank you. You were a legal advocate for the city prosecutor's office, the executive director for Reaching for the Shining Stars, and you had just been accepted to a high state. You were going back to school.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we left off.
Well, a lot has happened since then. Reaching for the Shining Stars is still thriving. I'm no longer the executive director. I just stepped back because I was doing so much and I started doing more. I am the community outreach director.
Okay.
So I do a lot of outreach and community events and things like that, but still a participant and a board member. We're just getting some more organization to the organization, if that makes sense. And hopefully trying to branch out and do some more things as well. In 2020, I opened a recovery housing program, and I have 4 now.
4 houses?
4, yes.
Amazing. Tell me a little bit about what you do there.
We accept people that are struggling with substance use disorder or leaving so they have to have some type of sobriety time and that need transitional housing. So an ideal candidate will have 30 to 60 days sober, have completed an inpatient detox or residential treatment program and need like sober living. We accept those that are exiting a lifestyle of human trafficking and need wraparound services as well, kind of co-occurring. I never really see one without the other. Mm-hmm. And then mental health services as well.
Okay. How wonderful. Are those just around the city of Columbus or have you expanded?
No, just in Columbus. My reach is small. So just kind of staying grounded here in my hometown. I had quit school for a little while. I am not an online learner. I discovered during COVID, went from like a 3.7 grade point average to a 2.8 during the course of online learning. So I just figured I'd step back from that. My career excelled. I started doing business development for treatment centers, which was very lucrative, but very exhausting. Mm-hmm. And I currently just quit my job at a commercial insurance company. It was a treatment center for commercial insurance, and I want to do more direct care. I think that's where I'm called to serve, where I have more hands-on with the clients. I have a very powerful story, and I feel like I can impact others with showing them that you can excel in anything you want to do. And this was more business to business, which was fun. And it helped me polish up some skills and articulate very well with other professionals. I just don't feel called to be doing that type of work. Those that struggle with substance use disorder and trauma is where I feel the need to be placed, that I can help them overcome their battles with my story and my expertise of lived experience. That's where I feel called to serve. And God made that very blatant because I was miserable in doing what I was doing. I don't care how much money I was making. It just wasn't right for me. So
I'm so glad that you were able to see that. And I feel like even your personality, I see you working more closely with people one on one.
yeah.
Yeah. So, how else have you seen God moving and working in your life or even in the lives of the people that you encounter?
I mean, on a daily basis, I see it with the women excelling, the men and women. I feel called to serve the women. I don't know. A lot of people don't want to do like the recovery housing or the case management with women because we're a lot of work. we're we're emotional creatures just in general. And it's a lot harder. Like I get a lot more calls with like drama in certain situations with the women than I do with the men. My men are very much protectors and they do day-to-day things on their own, but the women need a lot more hands-on services. But like that's where I'm called to serve. And I see them excelling, like coming in and not knowing how to do like basic life skills. And then the next thing you know, they're like getting certifications, going back to college, getting their car back, making amends with their families and reconnecting those bridges. And I just love to watch those things like kindle back together.
Wow, that's really powerful. Do you have any personal stories you want to share with us?
For my personal life, I just received custody. So my sister passed away about 2 years ago. Her two children were in foster care, and I just got custody of them. That was a big win for me. And I don't have children, and I always said I didn't want children. So that's a big personal win, able to take care of my sister's children. And then I struggled with finding the right man a really long time because I learned my worth and I wouldn't just settle for anybody. And I recently found what I would consider a high value man who treats me like a queen. And he doesn't bat his eye at my past at all, never mentions it, doesn't bring it up, makes me laugh uncontrollably, holds my hand while we watch movies, and tells me he loves me 1,000 times a day.
That is amazing. I am so glad to hear that. So, what's next for you? Because you don't just sit still, you are a doer and you have big, huge goals. I just know it.
So ever since I resigned from that job last week, I have a few offers that I'm looking into. I took on a role at the Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force for case management, and I start back to school Tuesday tomorrow, and I'm just kind of winging it to find my position that would like suit me long term, where I could build some skills and grow. But definitely direct service where I got my hands on the client and I can help, help them grow as they transition in their journey.
Do you know what your major is, what you're going to pursue when you start back up?
Business management and administration.
Okay.
I mean, I have the associates in social work, but I really want to be somewhere where I'm helping implement the programming that's being designed somewhere. And I think that I'll continue on for a master's somewhere, maybe in psychology. I'm fascinated with mental health.
We need all the help we can get in that area, Holly.
Right.
So, when you were on the show a couple years ago, since you were on the show, that episode has been one of the most downloaded episodes because your story is just so amazing. And I love to hear that it's continuing on in your success, in your sobriety, in your education. What encouragement would you have for someone who is struggling really in any area of their life?
So this is what gets me through a lot of times because like in our darkest moments, we struggle to see the light, right? Like when we're going through turmoil or despair or just even the smallest fire can be kindled or like embered until we're like inflamed in it. But we've always made it out resiliently. And when we look back after a couple of days have passed, it's like it never even existed. Like those turmoils or those hardships, we look back and God carried us through those moments, and it's like they never even existed. We worry and we build up all this anxiety and create this big scenario. I mean, don't take this the wrong way. I mean, it could be a financial hardship. We can be facing bankruptcy, eviction, death of a family member, but we look in the moment with anxiety and worry, but we always make it out resiliently. So I always try to focus on the light in the darkness, and know that God's going to carry me through it, because it can't be worse than what I've already been through.
Absolutely. Looking back to see how he's already been faithful to us gives us the strength we need to move forward out of whatever we're in now. So good. Hollie, how can we help you? How can we support you in your outreach or in your group homes?
Well, obviously, we're always accepting monetary donations because that's how we keep alive what we're doing. That's how we provide meals to the women, clothes to the women, and hygiene items to the women that are caught in the bondage of sex trafficking, homelessness, and addiction. So we're always taking monetary donations. But if you're here locally, if you have clothing size small, medium, or large, we're always accepting those. If you're purging your closets from the summer clothing, or you have winter clothing that as you're bringing them out and want to get rid of some jackets or some sweaters, maybe some leggings, we will graciously accept those because we need them for our winter outreach. You could reach us at theshiningstars.org. And we will come pick them up. We arrange a pickup, or you can just reach out and you can leave us a monetary donation.
Okay. I will have all those links posted.
Thank you.
It has been so good to reconnect with you. I am glad that you're thriving. I'm so excited to hear that you adopted your sister's kids and you have a wonderful man in your life who is building you up and showing you your worth.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations on 100 episodes.
I hope you enjoyed hearing from Hollie. She has overcome so much and just continues to thrive. I have been avoiding cleaning out my closet, but Hollie just gave me the motivation I needed. If you're local near Columbus, Ohio, I hope you'll consider donating clothing, especially warm things as we head into these cold months. And if you're not close by, please consider giving a monetary donation. All the links you need are in the show notes. Would you join me in praying that God keeps showing her his goodness for her new family, for her recovery houses, her education, and for the women she's helping to rescue and restore? I'll be back next week with an all-new episode. Thanks for tuning in, friend.